Share my computer sound. Get rid of this one. Get rid of this one. And then we're going to work. Does anybody else have any other questions? Regina? Maricel?
No, sir.
No questions? Okay. So we're going to move on to Excel. Unit 4. First training. Practice. All right, 33 steps in this one.
On the Excel introduction screen, at the bottom of the left pane, click Open Other Workbooks. The Open gallery opens with location and file options. You can choose from files on your computer or online. In the left section of the Open gallery, click This PC. Excel displays a list of available folders in the right pane. The Documents folder is listed at the top. Click the Documents folder. The Open dialog box opens, listing Excel files in the Documents folder. Click GIC Financials.xlsx is selected and appears in the file name text box.
Yeah, we get it.
Excel opens the file.
Oh, so we just had to open the file. Open as workbooks. Recent workbooks. Oh, browse. Step 2.
Click cell D5.
So D5, right?
A green border appears around the selected cell. The contents of cell D5 appear in the formula bar, and the cell address D5 appears in the name box.
Select cell D5. D5. That was a hard one.
On the vertical scroll bar, click the up arrow. Click cell A1. Excel scrolls the worksheet up one row so that row 1 is now visible.
Why can't I just use my mouse wheel? I think I'll do that. All right.
Click the File tab on the
File.
Excel displays Backstage view. Click
As.
the Save As gallery appears with options for choosing a location for your workbook. In
Browse.
the Save As dialog box opens where you can browse for locations to store your workbook. By default, the Documents folder is active. You will accept this location. Next, you will name the new workbook. Type Employees in the file name text box.
Employees. Employees. Okay. Employees with a cap.
Excel will add the file extension XLSX when you save the workbook.
Save.
Excel saves the workbook as specified and closes the dialog box.
All right. Save the current. All right. File. Save as. Browse. Employees. Save.
Double-click the Sheet 1 Sheet tab. The text in the Sheet tab is selected. Type Sales in the Sheet tab. Press Enter. The Sheet tab is renamed Sales.
Yeah, well, you can also just right-click it and do rename if you want. Whatever works for you.
Click the Salaries Sheet tab. Excel switches to the Salaries worksheet. The Salaries Sheet tab is active. With the mouse pointer over the Salaries Sheet tab, press and hold the left mouse button until the mouse pointer changes to a block arrow with a page icon. Drag the mouse pointer to the right of the Monthly Sales Sheet tab until a small arrow appears at the upper right corner of the Monthly Sales Sheet tab. Release the mouse button. Excel reorders the worksheets so that the Salaries worksheet is to the right of the Monthly Sales worksheet. It is now the last worksheet in the workbook.
Oh, thank you. Click, move, let go.
At the bottom of the Excel window, to the right of the Franchise Owner's Sheet tab, click the New Sheet button.
New sheet.
Excel inserts a new worksheet, Sheet 1, to the right of the Franchise Owner's worksheet. Sheet 1 is now the active worksheet.
Okay. That was pretty hard. Just click the Add button.
In the Cells group, click the Delete arrow. The Delete menu opens. On the menu, click Delete Sheet. A Microsoft Excel dialog box opens, reminding you that you cannot undo the action of deleting a worksheet. Excel deletes the Salaries worksheet and all of its content. The Monthly Sales worksheet becomes the active worksheet.
You can also go down here and delete.
Click cell B6. You must select the cell in order to edit its contents. Type 37500 in cell B6. Press Enter. Excel inputs the new value in cell B6 and updates all dependent calculations.
And of course, for that one, you could also come up here, just change that, and you get the same result.
Click cell B12. Cell B12 becomes the active cell. You will enter a number in this cell. Type 2100. As you type, the number appears in the cell and in the formula bar. Press Tab. Excel enters the value in the cell. Cell C12 becomes the active cell.
Okay. B12, 2100, tab.
Click cell D3.
Oh, no title.
You want to enter the year as a text value. Type apostrophe 2022 in the cell.
Apostrophe 2022. Oh, you don't like that? Better?
The apostrophe is visible in the formula bar. Press Tab.
That makes it, by putting that, it tells it that it's going to be a text when you're entering a number instead of a number.
Excel enters the value in the cell as text. Note that the apostrophe is not visible in the worksheet, although a green triangle appears at the top left corner of the cell indicating an error message. Since you don't want this value treated as a number, you can ignore the message.
Enter. 2022. Tab.
Click the column heading for column C. In the Cells group on the Home tab, click the Format button.
So everything you do now is going to format everything in this column, since it's highlighted the whole column, right?
The Format menu opens with options for changing row and column dimensions, setting visibility, organizing sheets, and protecting sheets and cells. On the Format menu, click Column Width. The Column Width dialog box opens. The current column width is 6. Type 15 in the column width box. Click OK. The new column width fits the column heading and all of the last names.
So you can also, like if it wasn't a specific amount, right? Like if you were just doing it for yourself, you could actually move this until it got to 15 or something. That works as well.
Point to the right side of the column D column header until the mouse pointer becomes a two-headed arrow. Then double-click.
So by double-clicking this, it's just going to make this column automatically wide enough to fit the text that's already in there.
Excel adjusts the width of the column to AutoFit cell contents. All text in the cell is now visible.
Cool. That one's fun. Also, if you actually highlight the whole page and you did that, it would adjust all the columns so that they're just big enough for the text that's in them.
Select cell A6. The text string in the cell is longer than the cell width, so part of the text is hidden from view. In the Alignment group, click the Wrap Text button. Excel wraps the text in the cell, adjusting the row height to fit the additional line of text. All text in the cell is now visible.
So you do something like that if you want the column width to say a certain size, but you don't care about the row height, right? You can also do, double click this. Oh, well, let me do it here. Wrap text. Oh. Click on the cell, then wrap text. I hate it when it doesn't allow me to show you all the little tricks.
Click cell A2. You want to change the height of row 2 so the text in this cell is easier to read. Point to the boundary at the bottom of the row selector for row 2 until the pointer changes to a crosshair shape.
Which is what we were just going to do.
With the pointer appearing as a crosshair shape, press the left mouse button as you drag the boundary down until the screen tip indicates 27.00, 36 pixels. Then release the mouse button. Excel changes the row height to 27 points, or 36 pixels.
Apply. Row 2. Oh, 27. Halfway done.
Select cell G4. You will create a formula to calculate the projected 2021 salary less health care for each employee.
Move formulas now.
Type =, in cell G4 to start the formula.
Equal.
Your formula will use a variety of arithmetic operations to complete the calculation. As with all formulas, you will begin by typing =, in the cell. Click cell C4. The value in cell C4 represents the employee's current salary. Type plus in cell G4. To this, you want to add the amount of the employee's raise in dollars. Click cell C4, which you will calculate by multiplying the employee's current salary in cell C4. Type an asterisk in cell G4 by the raise percentage in cell E4. Click cell E4. Type minus in cell G4.
Oops.
Next, you will subtract the annual healthcare deduction shown in cell F4 from the projected new salary result. Click cell F4. On the formula bar, click the Enter button. Excel performs the calculations as specified and returns the result in cell G4.
What do we think about that one? So if we do equals, we want to add this to this times this minus this deduction, right? So this is just math, right? But you know the order of operations, it does multiplication before it does addition and subtraction. So that's why it works. Otherwise, you're adding this plus this and then multiplying by that would be a mess.
Click cell D13. You will enter a formula here that includes cell references. Type =. All Excel formulas start with an equal sign. Click cell B8. When you click cell B8, Excel enters the cell reference B8 in the formula. Type addition sign. You are now ready to enter another cell reference. Click cell B10. Again, when you click the cell in the worksheet, Excel enters the cell reference in the formula. Type minus sign in cell D13. You will now add your final cell reference. Click cell D11. Press Enter. Excel calculates the equation and returns the result of the formula in cell D13.
Okay, so first thing to do, equal sign. Now we're going to add this to this and subtract that and hit enter.
Click cell B7. You want to copy the formula in cell B7, which reads $B6/B4 into cell C7, adjusting the cell references for column C. In the Clipboard group on the Home tab, click the Copy button. Excel displays an animated dashed line around the cell and copies the cell contents, including the underlying formula, to the clipboard. Click cell C7. In the Clipboard group on the Home tab, click the Paste button. Excel copies the formula from cell B7 into cell C7, referencing column C instead of column B. The formula in cell C7 reads $C6/C4.
All right, these people are loud here, so I apologize for that, but all right, so what this means is, right, cell B6 divided by cell B4, right? So B6 divided by B4. To copy this formula, you can also copy like that and then paste. You can do Control C and Control V, but the best thing to do is actually if you grab this little square down at the bottom and see how it turns to like a little plus sign, you can drag it over and it'll do the same thing. It'll put the column in, or the formula in that column. I could drag it over here and it would do both columns, and it won't even let me do it. Trust me, that's the way you want to do it. Let's see if it'll let me do it this way. Yep, it'll let me do that. That other thing with the square is a lot quicker. It'll save you guys a lot of time if you're trying to add up multiple columns exactly the same way or do a formula the same way across. Make a huge difference.
Select cell B16. In the Editing group on the Home tab, click the AutoSum button. Excel inserts the sum formula into cell B16 with the default cell range B4 through B15. Press Enter. Excel totals the values in cells B4 through B15 and returns the result to cell B16.
So that's a quick way to do it, right? So, but really what it's just saying is if you're summing the whole column, you can actually click and drag here too, and that'll do the same thing. It probably won't let us do it this time, but oh, it did. But that's also the same way to do it. AutoSum's a little bit quicker probably in that step.
Click cell H7. Excel places a green border around the cell to indicate it is active. Move the mouse pointer to the bottom border of cell H7 until the mouse pointer changes to a block arrow accompanied by a four-headed arrow. Press and hold the left mouse button. Move the mouse pointer left until the green cell border surrounds cell E4. Release the mouse button. Excel drops the contents of cell H7 into cell E4. Cell H7 is now empty.
Again, you can do cut and paste there, right? Cut, and then paste, or you can just move it.
Click cell I5. You want to move the contents of this cell to another worksheet cell. In the clipboard group on the Home tab, click the Cut button.
Cut.
Excel displays an animated dashed line around the cell whose contents you are cutting. Click cell C11. In the clipboard group, click the Paste button. Excel deletes the text M-02 and its formatting from cell I5 and places it into cell C11.
So couldn't we do the same thing? Ugh, it doesn't want us to. Cut. Paste.
Select cell E16. Type =count, open parenthesis, in cell E. As you type, Excel displays screen tips with prompts for function arguments. Position the mouse pointer over cell E4. Press and hold the left mouse button as you drag the pointer downward until it is over cell E14, and then release the mouse button.
So you're just selecting all of these cells.
You will count the number of franchise owners by counting the number of entries in the tenure column. Each value in the range E4 through E14 corresponds to a franchise owner. Type closed parenthesis to complete the formula. Press Enter.
So what's the answer going to be there? 11.
Excel counts a total of 11 entries in the column and returns the result in cell E16.
11. In case you ever want to know that without even doing the formula, you can, does it show it on here? Like, yeah, hold on. Move this. If you look down here, it'll actually show you how many entries you have highlighted. Oh, I guess it won't do it there. Never mind. Oh, probably because, what if I did it over here? No. Too bad. Count, open parentheses, and then it says enter value. You can literally do comma, comma, comma. Oops. Like that, and that's kind of what it's telling you to do. But for this step, you really want to just select all of them, close it out. So watch for those little screen tips, especially in Excel, whenever you're doing any kind of formula. It'll save you a lot of headache trying to figure out what you're doing.
Click the Row 7 row heading. Excel selects the entire row. In the Cells group on the Home tab, click the Insert button.
So it's going to insert a row above.
Excel inserts a row into the Row 7 worksheet space. What was Row 7 now becomes Row 8. The new row is the same height as Row 6.
Cool, that's an easy one. 7, insert. You do the same thing with delete. Probably be doing that next.
Click the Row 7 row heading. The row is selected. In the Cells group on the Home tab, click the Delete button. Excel deletes Row 7 and shifts the rows beneath it upward in the worksheet.
Right, so You can also do, if you highlight it, you should be able to right click and then you can delete or insert right here. You waste a lot of time by having to go up to the bar to do stuff, right? If you're trying to be efficient.
Click cell E4. Type Dean Liu at glacierice.com in cell E4.
Hello, Mr. Joseph. He's not here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I joined. I'm still playing catch up, but okay. I joined to ask the question because I know you can't look at email right now. All right, I'm doing which one is it? Sam, I think it's Module 2, Project 1.
Yes.
Nah, I'm talking about the actual. Yeah, it's Word Module 2, Project 1, right? Okay. And it says it's giving me instruction to. Hold on, I gotta get back to it. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Where is it? Oh, here you go. Okay, it says I need to. Yeah, it says, hold on. Yeah, it says insert a works cited from the bibliography gallery. Either I'm confused, I don't know what I said. I'm stuck here for like 20 minutes. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, well, thank you. All right, well, I would have joined class, but I'm still playing catch up. So I was like, all right, well, that's where I'm at now. So I'm trying to get them all knocked out. I see you Thursday, and I'm gonna try my hardest to be damn near on unit. I should be on unit 3 by Thursday. Like I said, I'm going to get this over, get through unit 2. All right.
Sorry about that. Ice.com. Can I type that? T-A-N. Oh, it's capital. See, doesn't even like it because it was capital.
You want to enter email addresses in this column based on the franchise owner's first and last names, shown in columns C and D, respectively. Press Enter. Excel formats the entry as an email address and moves the pointer to cell E5. Type LAU in cell E5.
Okay, capital L really doesn't make that much of a difference. Okay.
As you type, Flash Fill suggests an entry for cell E5 based on the value and formatting in cell E4. Flash Fill suggests entries for the remaining cells in the column as well. Press Enter. Excel enters the values in the remaining cells and advances to cell E6. The Flash Fill Options button that appears lets you make further changes if desired.
Cool. That's a good piece of knowledge to have right there. So you do the first one. Please your ice.com. Hit enter. And then now if we do LAU, which is like Lauren's first name, see, you don't even have to do LAU. Hit enter and it'll fill all the rest. Pretty sweet. That's a time saver.
Position the mouse pointer over cell A8. Press and hold the left mouse button and drag the pointer to the right until it is over cell D8. Release the mouse button.
How about if I go this way?
In the font group, click the Borders arrow. The Border menu opens. Click the Thick Outside Borders option. Excel places a thick border around the selected cells. Click cell D10. When you deselect the cells, you can clearly see the border on the screen.
So the border thing is pretty cool. It's also where you get like your double bottom line for when you're doing like calculations, stuff, tallies, totals, whenever you want stuff like that. You'll see some in some of the other things we do, but you know, like down at the bottom, sometimes there's like a double line to tell it's like a total column.
Select cell A2. In the font group on the Home tab, click the Font Size arrow.
Same as in Word.
Excel displays a list of font sizes. In the list of font sizes, click 11. Excel changes the font size of the text in the cell to 11 points.
A2. Right, you can also go up and down right here. Change it to 11.
Click the View tab on the ribbon. In the Zoom group, click the Zoom button. The Zoom dialog box opens. In the dialog box, click to select the 100% option.
What about this?
Click OK. Excel increases the zoom level to 100%.
Doesn't this, where's it view? Doesn't this do the same thing, 100? Yeah, that's a little bit quicker.
Click the Page Layout tab. The Page Layout tab contains options for modifying themes, page setup, worksheet scale, grid lines, and object arrangement. In the Page Setup group, click the Orientation button.
See this dotted line right here? This is actually showing if you were to print this on one page only, this amount would show up. So this part of the section would actually show up on a different page. That's kind of what that line means there. But we're going to change
The Orientation menu opens with the two orientation options. On the Orientation menu, click Landscape. The worksheet orientation changes to Landscape. Notice the dotted line signifying the print area moves to the right, as pages in Landscape orientation are wider than in Portrait orientation.
Yeah. So still not enough, right? You wouldn't want it to print out like that. That'd be terrible. So, guess they don't want us to jump too far ahead. Page layout, orientation, landscape. See the line, and the line moved over there.
Click the File tab on the ribbon. Excel displays Backstage View. Click the Print command.
Print.
The Print Gallery appears with options for printer and print settings in the left pane. Excel displays a preview of your document in the right pane. In the Print Gallery, click the Copies text box and type 3 in the text box. Excel will print 3 copies of the worksheet. You will accept the other print settings. Click the Print box.
Print.
Excel prints the worksheet using the settings you specified.
Right, so this is also a good way to see how it looks And if you're like, oh no, I don't like how, it's cutting off something or whatever, I need to go back, you can always go back. You can also do that on page layout, on print area. Better not get into that yet. We'll probably go over that. Anyway, so the only point we're doing is making 3 copies, right? We can do the arrow. We can just type 3, and then we can just hit print.
Click the Page Layout tab on the ribbon.
Yeah.
The current worksheet is too large to print on one page at 100% scale. In the Scale to Fit group, click the Scale text box, type 90, and press Enter. Excel adds a percentage symbol to the 90 and rescales the worksheet. All data now fits within the printed page.
So just change it to 90. Oops.
Click the File tab on the ribbon.
File.
Excel displays Backstage view. Click. The Save As gallery appears, listing location options. In the right pane, click Documents. The Save As dialog box opens. The Documents folder is active. The current name of the workbook is selected in the File Name text box. Type GIC Income Statement in the File Name text box. Excel will make a copy of the original file and save the new file as GIC Income Statement.xlsx in the Documents folder. The original file, GIC Financials.xlsx, will remain unchanged in its original location. The dialog box closes, and the new file name, GIC Income Statement.xlsx, appears in the Excel title bar.
So, File, Save As, Documents. Of course, you could do it right here too, right? GIC Income Statement. Save, change the name. Everybody's done that before, so that's no big deal.
Select cell B7.
So see, this is what I was talking about before, how there's like a double line down here and a single line above it. That's all under this borders.
In the Editing group on the Home tab, click the Clear button. Excel displays a list of options for clearing the cell. Click Clear Contents. Excel clears the text from the cell but leaves the formatting.
Clear contents. Yay. And then, okay, we're done with that one. Get rid of this guy. What's next? All right, so we did the training. Oh, we got 2 projects to do. Let's go ahead and do one. Remember, if you guys have any questions while we're doing this, just let me know. Or just follow along. Download both files. One's the instructions.
Sir, would you have you found that like Excel to be easier to navigate this software than for Word?
Yeah, well, I use
Less options or
yeah, I use Excel every day for my job. So half the time I use it more than Word. Uh, like I'll even write stuff in an Excel cell, like
yeah.
text,
Mm-hmm.
instead of using Word. But you know how you can go ahead and make tables and stuff inside of Word? You can also cut something out of Excel and then paste it into Word at the same time.
Yeah.
So
Oh, all right. I appreciate it.
easier. I don't know if it's easier is the right word, but there's a lot more things you can do, right? Math wise, you know, there's more formulas and stuff like that, right?
Yeah,
So,
sure. Deviations and stuff like that.
right.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, we haven't even gotten to charts and everything else, right?
Yeah.
So,
All righty. I appreciate it.
sure. So we can fit this side by side. All right. Remember, we always have to save this. And save it to number 2. Since that's the first thing it tells us to do. Has my name, so we're all good there. So it says go to the payroll worksheet, which is down here. Adjust the width of column A using AutoFit. Remember, you can just double click here and it'll change the column. Change the width of column D to 12. So you can do, remember, you can just slide it to 12 if you want. Oh, that works. Enter the value shown in table 1 below into the corresponding cells B12 to C14, which is here. So 321.68 tab 07-09-1990. So 12, 13, 14. D6. Make this smaller. So D6. ML3583. Select the range of D5 to D14. Then use flash fill. Oh, the flash fill button. It didn't even show us the flash fill button. Oh, let's say here. An editing group on the home tab. Editing group. What's this one, right? Yeah, fill. Flash fill. So see what it did? So JC, which is the first initials of the guy's name, and then 1280. This is the date, right? 1, 2, 80. 3, 5, 83, 7, 9, 65. Cool, cool. And look, here's a Mac hint for Edgar. All right. Select cell A15. A15. Total. See how there's a border around that? This wants us to remove that. Go up to the border and click no border. Cell B15. Create formula using sum function. So remember, you can do AutoSum, which is right here. And it just does the formula. Equals sum, and then like I said, you select all that text and close it out. And that's all you need to do. In cell B17, that's the count one we did. So always start with equal, count, and see if we double click count, it tells us what we need to do, right? But we're just going to drag it and hit enter. So there's 10 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Okay. Now it says go to the profit worksheet. Change the orientation of profit to landscape. So remember, that's in page layout, orientation, landscape. See the line moved over there? In cell A2, choose cell to A2, profit, March, 1, 3, 7, comma, 18. A4 to E4, A4 to E4. And G8, that's this one. So, right, you select that, but if you're gonna go somewhere else, you need to control and select it. Click control and select. Then increase the font size to 12 points, which is under the home tab. 12 points. I should have changed all of them. If you always wonder, you can always go back. See, it's all says 12. Like if we go somewhere else, it changes to 11. So that took care of that. You also could have just did it separately, right? You could have changed this to 12 and then gone down here and changed that to 12. We did that. Where are we at? 12. To better display the content, manually change the height of row 3 to 18. 3, remember you can just drag it down to 18. Do not use AutoFit. Okay. In cell P7, P7, to determine the profit generated at the downtown location. Right, so what's profit? Profit is sales minus expenses, right? So you just start with the equal sign, sales, then minus expenses, and hit enter. So you mean $20,000 profit. Well, it just told us what to do. And then now, right, it's telling you to copy the formula. So you can do, right click, copy and paste. You can go up there and copy and paste. But like I was showing you before, you can click this little square and it will drag the formula over and give you the same result. So if you click in there, see how it's B5 minus B6? C5 minus C6, D5 minus D6. It's this little square down at the bottom. I have to determine the total profits generated by each store. So now we want to know total sales, total expenses, and total profits for the company. E5 to E7, then undo AutoSum. What? Oh, go here, oops, go here, and AutoSum. So it's going to AutoSum across. So it should put the little formula in there. Sum B5 to D5, B6 to D6, B7 to D7. Cool. Katie edited the worksheet after March 8, 2018. Cell 11. Right, and it wants us to what am I doing? View. No. Oh, clear contents over here. Yeah, I would just delete it, but it's probably gonna make you do this. You know, if you otherwise, I would just delete it out there or right click, delete it, whatever you need to do. Apply wrap text to G8. So here's G8C. So the column ends there, right? But the words go out here. So if I was to type something in there, right, you wouldn't be able to see that anymore. So wrap text right here, and it automatically adjusts the column. Zoom level for the profit worksheet 230. That's view, zoom, 100's not going to work this time. So custom 130. After review. Insert a new worksheet in the workbook, rename the worksheet to accounting, and if necessary, move the new worksheet after profit. Right, so click here. You can double click down there and name it accounting. And then, you know, if it was over here for some reason, it says to move it over to there, right? Move the new worksheet after the profit worksheet. And then it should look like this. So go back to payroll. Ours doesn't look like that. Profit does, but payroll doesn't. What did we miss? Oh, cut the contents from the range of B1 to B2 and paste them into A1 and A2. Oh, I missed that, see? Control X, Control V. Oh, did I miss this whole thing? And then AutoFit. Oh, that's better. That's why, Michael, right? You want to double check the end here to see if you missed anything obvious. Everything else looks okay. This one looks okay. All right. And then on the bottom, we have documentation, payroll, profit, accounting. So just save it, file, save, and then we want to submit it, upload. Here's our document with the number 2. Submit it, and then review our report. See how we did. And we got 100. Any questions on that project?
No, sir.
All right, close that. Close this. And we will do, might as well do project number 2. Nobody's there, close that out of there. Everybody's still here. Nobody fell asleep, hopefully. All right.
I'm still here.
It's like, no, I just fell asleep. All right, again, just download both things. All right, file, save as, documents, number 2. Oh, I didn't change it. File, save as, documents. It's number 2. All right. Payroll worksheet again. This time it says to cut this. So remember, you can right click and cut. You can go up here and cut, or you can just Control X, which is also cut, and then Control V, which is paste. AutoFit column A. So right, I just click the thing, see how it goes to a double arrow. Just double click in there and it changes the width of this to fit the text that's in there. Column E again to 15, so it goes to double arrow, drag it out to 15. Enter the value shown in table 1. 41.78. Fingers are working today. 698. 96. So remember, just like last time, right? RT, and then this one has the year, and then it has the last 4 of the social. So we're going to do Donna Green in 83, and then 2133. Highlight them all, and then flash fill. Kimberly Mitchell, Susan Parker, yada yada, right? Good. 821. Cool. 821 to 821. Top border. So here's borders, right? Top border. And you can probably barely see it on the screen, but they put a little border there. B21. Using the sum function to total the data, so you can use AutoSum. You can just type equals sum, and drag it all. Same thing. Count. So I start typing. You can double click the formula. You can drag down. You can hit enter. Switch to profit. Landscape. It's under page layout, orientation, landscape. Cell E2, change to that. Profit. June 137. 2018. A4 to F4. And include H8. Change it to 13. 13. Row 3 to 20. Can't do it. Oh. Row height 20. Right click, row height 20. If you can drag it, more power to you. Couldn't get it. But don't use AutoFit. Yeah, we did it. All right, P7. P7. Profit again, right? So equals this minus this. Enter. Click the little box, drag it over. Go over here. AutoSum is going to sum all of this stuff up. So AutoSum, that takes care of that one. Just clear the contents from the eraser. Clear contents. Wrap this. It's this one. Wrap text. You can't really see it because I don't have this big enough, but that's wrap text. Adjust the zoom, which is under view. Zoom 130. And then create another tab. Double click it. Counting. Make sure it's at the end. And now let's go back and look and see if we got everything the same. All right, that all looks good. 16, 6907, so our sum worked. Go to the next one. 147, 71, 76, that all works. That's wrapped. That's all good. So we're good. File, save. Upload it. 1B. Number 2. Submit it. View report. And 100 out of 100. Any questions? Did you guys follow along? Did you turn them in? Did you get stuck anywhere?
I'm just following along. I don't have a big enough screen to really open up multiple. I have a pretty small laptop, so
yeah, that's kind of a problem when you use a laptop. I know. I'm in my office with 3 monitors, so it's all right. I understand your frustration. Let's see. Check on Excel. guess we could try this last one here. What the heck? Let's see what it tells us to do. I don't actually have the textbook with me, so let's see if we can figure it out. All right. Open your textbook, new perspective to the chapter reference below. Read the chapter and complete the project as instructed in the text. Yeah. Oh, well, it actually has the book right here. Let's see. You guys will probably have to do this on your own. Supporting file. That one. Well, that's a nice. I guess we start with the blank workbook. Appreciate that. Oops. Finances. Okay. All right, start Excel. I'm going to try to go through this with you guys. So once I figure out if we're in the right place. Yeah, so click on finances, click the open button. All right, so let's close this and work on this first. Yeah. Keyboard shortcuts, yeah, thanks. Getting help. Touch mode, no thank you. Change the action. Yeah, I don't get that. Oh, this part is not good. Closing workbook. Does it say what? Guess I'll have to bring my book next week. Well, anybody that doesn't want to stay, you don't need to stay. You guys can go work this on your own. So here's the blank workbook. Go ahead, someone have a question?
No, sir. I'm going to go ahead and try to keep hacking away at some of these projects.
Yeah. So yeah, get busy on the ones that you haven't done yet. If you have any questions, again, email me. If you guys get stuck somewhere and you need a separate live session or something, we can work that out too and go over some stuff so you can share your screen at the same time and see where you're stuck or something. We can also do that. You just have to work out a time with me or something.
That sounds great. I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you. I'll see you Thursday.
Regina, before you go,
Uh-huh.
I fixed, one of the assignments that you had. Remember, it had in the beginning you had tried 3 times, but it didn't submit or something.
Uh-huh.
So I erased all those attempts, so you can go back and do that one if you.
Okay.
So you should be able to submit it again. I don't remember which one it was, but
It was the first one.
yeah. So I fixed that. You should be able to go in and do that again.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Turn in something good. I think I erased. I think maybe one of the exams you had was like a whatever, like a 3% or something. Like you had started it but then stopped it or something.
Hold on,
So
let me see.
I think I think I fixed that too. Let me see. I can pull up the. Let me go over here. Oh, I have it open already. Somewhere in here. Trying to look at the grades without sharing my screen. It was somewhere in the beginning, I think. No, that was good. Maybe it was somebody else I fixed. Yeah, it looked like when you did Word Module 1, maybe, I don't know, but if you see any problems anywhere, let me know, and then I can fix them. You can also remember that you can do the exams twice, right? So if you did really bad on the first exam, first time around, you can always do it again.
Well, the exam I did Sunday. Was it Sunday? I don't think. Let's see. I got a really bad grade on that one.
Yes, the Word module for SAM exam. Yeah, your grade was pretty bad. But it says you only did it once, so you should be able to do it a second time.
Oh.
Because you get one retake, right? So.
Oh. Okay. Because I ran out of time. I literally ran out of time.
Yeah. So all of your test scores, right, that you took. If you want to do them a second time, you can do them a second time.
Okay.
I think only that one. Maybe Word Module 3. You might want to try to. You could maybe do a little bit better on that one if you want. It's up to you.
Come on with the 73.
Yes. Yeah. I didn't want to really say it on the screen on the thing, but yeah, the one that's 73, you can retake that one, or the one from last week. You can also retake that and get a better grade.
Okay, I'm trying to see which one you're talking about with the.
I don't know because I had already.
Which one that you I can redo?
Yeah, I'm looking again. I think it's Word Module 1, SAM Project 1.
I think it was.
So it's in Unit 2.
Yep, I see it.
Okay.
I see.
And
both.
then Project 2, you also got it. I didn't change that one but you also got a 0. But you still have 2 more attempts for that one.
Okay.
So just go ahead and
redo
that one and turn in. I don't want you to get 0 grade when you don't need to have a 0, right? So.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. That's that. Edgar, you have any questions or anything? And Marisol, let me pull up chat. Did you see anything in chat? Do you have any questions?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, Edgar.
All right. Yeah, I said the textbook project, this one exactly. Are you actually going to go through with it right now?
No, I'm not going to do it because I don't have my book with me.
Okay. And how about the project before that you did, the regular one or whatever? That's also Excel. Are you actually going to record that one and put it up?
I recorded both. Yeah, I recorded the whole thing that we did. So the training and the 2 projects are recorded. I just have to, optimize it and then upload it. So it'll be probably won't be till tomorrow morning. So, but I'll get it up there as soon as I can.
Yeah, so yeah, just so I can actually just transfer everything over. You know what I mean?
And it'll be in that same thing right under recordings, and then I'll just put it up here as Word, whatever, Excel, whatever. Actually, I'll stop recording now because